MG has sold over 100,000 electric vehicles in the UK. Over 49,000 of those with the MG4. This is the new model year 2026 MG4. And I think it looks great, particularly in this brand new paint colour, which is the Ealing Green. If you've not seen the MG4, this is a Golf-sized hatchback. It's rear-wheel drive. It's got 3 battery choices available now. We've got these LED headlamps, LED lights down here also. The MG logo, nice and big. We've got 360-degree cameras as standard on this model. We've got active air flaps down here. It's cool sort of like black plastic bits going around here and sort of ties in then, which goes around the side. So that looks kind of cool, mixed in with these black wing mirrors. Black around the sides here as well. So we've done away with all sort of chrome and everything. This is the premium long range. If you go for the premium extended range or the X-Power model, you also get a black roof. That's how you can tell the difference. This is the premium long range, which has a 64 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack. That gives you up to 280 miles of WLTP range. And compared to the outgoing model, it's a little bit faster. Exterior wise, it looks very, very similar. These are the 18-inch alloy wheels, which come as standard, and they're a new design for 2026. We've got keyless entry, we've got dark tinted privacy glass on here. The back of the car, we've got this LED lights, runs the full width of the car. We've got this sort of crisscrossy LED light design up in the top of the rear spoiler as well. We've got a rear wiper as standard now, and we've got this new one-piece rear spoiler rather than the 2 segments we had before in the previous model. 360 cameras as standard, and we've got reverse parking sensors on here. Under the boot there's 377 litres of storage space, which includes this area under here. So this can fold sides in like that, and it can drop right down into the lower section down there and give you a lower boot floor. Or if you want to store your cables underneath that, then you lift this up, fold out these little 2 tabs, and it goes into the higher spot. The interior of the MG4 is where the biggest upgrade has happened. This basically looks like they've uplifted the dashboard from the MG S5 that we reviewed a few months ago and dropped it into this, the MG4. We've got a new 12.3 inch screen here. We've got a 10-inch driver display here. We've got physical controls for the air conditioning buttons. 2 cup holders up here, big enough even for large bottles like this one, and they also fit very well in the door pockets. And then this new center console, which sort of creates a floating bridge thing going on here. We've got a wireless phone charger there. There's little slots which, if you wanted to not charge your phone, you can stand your phone. Under here we've got a decent bit of storage, which has got 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt socket. The drive mode selector here. Air vents blowing out air here and up here, and up here this dashboard texture is like actual woven carbon fibre. We've got soft touch fabrics all around here, so none of this is like hard plastic. It's all feeling very, very soft touch. The seats have been changed, so we've got this sort of leather and fabric design now with the MG lettering going through the middle of the seat here as well. We've got heated front seats and heated steering wheel in this model. It feels quite nice, it's nicely bolstered. If you go for the X-Power version, you get some really sporty bucket seats, which is nice to have. The X-Power remains unchanged from the previous version, so it's still 320 kilowatts, which is 467 brake horsepower and 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds, which is crazy fast for a hatchback that costs like 35 grand. So yeah, take a look at that video up there if you wish to look at the MG4 X-Power video we did before. Back to the interior of this, we've got this big touchscreen, which again, it's got wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay built in, and that seems quite quick to respond to the touch as well. Navigation built in, we've got DAB radio, we've got 360 cameras, which looks great, and you've got like a sort of transparent chassis thing going on there as well, which works really well. We've got a whole new steering wheel design with a 3-spoke, flat bottom, sporty, heated as well. We've got access to speed adjusting cruise control, speed limiter functionality, voice controls. We can cycle through this little display here by pressing this button. Volume controls and things are all done on here, or you can use voice controls as well, or you can just turn a dial. How about that for volume? Just turn a dial. Why don't more car manufacturers think about doing that? We've got these little asterisk star buttons, which are favourites that can be set up. So this side we can press and change between the drive modes. We've got sport, snow, custom, eco, normal mode. And this button changes the amount of regenerative braking. We've got low, medium, strong or adaptive. If it's adaptive, it's using the sensors to work out how strong the regenerative braking should be to avoid you running into the car in front. Steering wheel adjusts for reach and rake, and it's got a good level of adjustment as well. We've got a sunglasses holder up here, Overall, this feels like a massive upgrade from the previous version. The previous version was very much sort of, it felt like it had been built to a price. This actually feels a lot more luxurious, but they've not made the car any more expensive. Have they done that? Let's take a look in the back and see what it's like for rear passengers. In the back seat of the MG4, we've got a reasonable amount of legroom. You know, I can fit my feet under the seat in front. The seat's set for me, I'm 5'11", and I've got a good sort of like 3 or 4 inches of knee room there. Middle seat passengers can still get their feet easily behind the centre console, so that's not an issue. We've got electric windows, we've got tinted privacy glass in the back. We've got ISOFIX in both the outer rear seats. There's no armrest or anything, but we have got a middle seat headrest, so it is a proper 5-seat car. Little storage bin down here, and there's a USB-C port in the back of the centre console as well. There's no interior light back here though, so if you've got young children trying to put them in car seats, that can make it a little bit tricky. Let's see how the car drives. The MG4 utilises a rear-wheel drive platform, so the rear wheels drive and the front wheels steer and effectively get pushed out the corners rather than dragging the car through them. It is a little bit more lively than your average hatchback. It's got a bit of a playfulness about it, and it's certainly got plenty of power and oomph. Over 200 brake horsepower, even the standard long-range version. And if you go for the X-Power, well then you get all-wheel drive and you get way more power. This is the premium long-range version, which has a 64 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack. LFP is lithium iron phosphate, and that means that it doesn't use any cobalt in the batteries, which means that the batteries are a little bit cheap to produce. It also means though that the batteries themselves can handle being charged to 100% regularly without massive degradation, and also they can handle a lot more charges without showing any degradation. So typically you'll see that an LFP battery pack is good for 3,000 cycles. That's sort of 500,000 miles in this car. And it's slightly faster, 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds rather than 7.9 seconds previously. If you go for the extended range version, that gets a 77 kilowatt hour NMC battery. That's nickel, manganese and cobalt. So that doesn't have the longevity benefits of the LFP. However, it has a bit more range, so up to 338 miles WLTP. It's also slightly faster to 60. 0 to 60 is just 6.2 seconds. That's quite quick. If you want ultimate performance though, then we're going to go for the X-Power. That's all-wheel drive. That uses a 64 kilowatt hour battery pack, but that's NMC as well. So the reason it uses NMC for that battery pack is because NMC is better at giving out large amounts of power quickly. So the trade-off is it's not quite as efficient, it's not quite as good at being charged to 100% regularly. But the upshot of that is we've got 320 kilowatts of power. That's well in excess of the 140 that we've got in this car. And this car feels fast enough, so 320, more than double the power of what you see in this. So that dispatches 0 to 60 in just 3.8 seconds. So the new 64 kilowatt hour LFP battery pack that's in this long range MG4 can charge up to 154 kilowatts on a rapid charger like this one. That means it will go from 10 to 80% in around 22 minutes. The 64 kilowatt hour NMC battery pack, which you'll find in the X-Power, same overall capacity, can only charge a maximum of 140 kilowatts. That means it's going to take around 30 minutes to charge from 10 to 80%. If you go for the extended range battery, that can charge up to 144 kilowatts. Because it's a bigger battery, 10 to 80% in that will take around 40 minutes. As with all new MGs, the MG4 EV has got the MG Pilot. It's basically, if you're on the motorway, it's helping you a lot. It can steer to keep you in the centre of the lane, all that jazz. It's actually got a bigger camera up here on the top of the windscreen, and that's a wider angle than previously, and it's able to look at a wider view of the road, which means it can keep a track of where all cars are and keep you safer. It's also a higher resolution camera, so it can actually see a lot better down the road and make judgments a lot more accurately. So driven on A roads and B roads, the MG4 feels quite light and nimble. On the motorway it feels well planted and like it can cope with anything. Now in terms of efficiency, we're seeing at the moment an average of 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour, which on this 64 kilowatt hour usable battery pack means that realistically you're looking at around 210, 220 miles of range total, versus the 280 miles that they claim as WLTP range. But it is foul weather today, as you'll have seen on the video. Lots of rain, lots of wind, standing water, and it's not the warmest either, it's about sort of 8-9 degrees. That's where if you're wanting the extra bit of range, then perhaps going for the extended range with up to 330 miles WLTP, therefore real world giving you possibly 250 plus. I really like this new bigger screen that we've got in the centre here. It makes it so much easier to see your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay, which of course is now wireless, which is a lot better, a lot more functional as well. And the driver display being bigger, again, that makes it easier to view. If you get annoyed by all the bings and the bongs, you can actually turn those things off. So there's an MG Pilot Custom feature, which I've seen some other MGs recently, so you can basically set it up that you choose which systems you want to be on or off, hold down the MG Pilot Custom button, that saves it, and then when you next get in the car, you just swipe down from the top of the screen, press the MG Pilot Custom button, and that loads your save settings. What MG has done with this new MG4 for 2026 is take what is existing really good car, you know, it's been very, very successful for MG, and they've made it better. They've not messed with the outside styling, so if you liked the look of it before, you're still going to love it now. The interior is a massive upgrade. All of the bits you touch and feel on a daily drive, they've all been made a lot better. The dash displays are a lot better, the seats are slightly more comfortable. It's just better all round in that sense, and it's better value for money as well. The MG4 model year 2026 starts from just $29,995 for this, the premium long range version. If you want to go for the extended range, which does up to 338 miles WLTP, that's $32,995. If you want the crazy performance of the X-Power, that's $33,995. That represents over £3,750 saving versus the outgoing model. They've made this car better and they're charging you even less. I think that's incredible value for money. Hope you've liked this video. If you have, please click the like button there and it really helps us out. Let us know in the comments below. Have you already got an MG4? Would you consider upgrading to the new version? Are you looking at other cars like the VW ID3 and thinking this offers more value for money? Let us know in the comments below. If you click up here, you can subscribe to our channel. You get to see the latest videos as soon as they go live. We've got more MG content coming in the next few months. Click up here to see more information about the latest offers available from GoEV website. You'll see the latest deals for this car as well. Click down here to see the video review we did of the MG S5. It's a slightly bigger SUV crossover sort of version of this. If you click down here, you can see the video review we've just done of the MG4 EV Urban.